A significant California artist, the significance of California art. My name is Cynthia Peters. My class is ARE 221. My teacher is Academy of Arts. I go to the Academy of Arts University. I chose William Keith. He was born in 1838 and died in 1911. Part 1. William Keith was the leading artist in San Francisco at the end of the 19th century. His combination of artistic genius, strong personality, and hard work enabled him to build a prestigious reputation and a financial success. William Keith was born November 21st, 1838, but some sources think he was born in 1839. This was due to the fact there was no surviving birth certificate, but he celebrated his 70th birthday in 1908. He was born in a small village called Old Meldrum in northeastern Scotland. His father died a few months before he was born, and his mother couldn't cope with a new baby. Keith was raised by his maternal grandparents named Bruce. William was happy with his grandparents. I know this because at age 8 he was given back to his mother and he ran away with his grandparents. In 1850 he moved to New York, and in 1855 he worked briefly in a lawyer's office, and in 1856 he was an apprentice to William Roberts to learn the trade of wood engraving. A year later he was employed by the Harvard, and in the next year he decided to go back to Europe, and in 1859 he decided he wanted to go to San Francisco. He pursued a trade of wood carving. This lasted for a while, and in 1862 he formed a partnership with Harrison Eastman, a wood carver and a watercolor artist. William Keith decided to take class on oil painting taught by Samuel Marson Brooks. He met his wife there, which led to the dissolvement of his partnership. William and Elizabeth had 2 children, Charlie and Teenie. Teenie was born in 1868, and in 1869 William decided he wanted to study art more, so they headed to Europe. They settled down in Dusseldorf. Mr. Keith's friend Charles Knoll influenced him to study here. By the beginning of 1870 they came back to the States. They moved around for a while and ended up in San Francisco, where he returned to the demand of landscape photography was diminishing, so he started doing portrait photography for a while. 1872, the letter of introduction to John Muir's house. He walked into the life of a fellow Scotsman. John Muir also was a passionate lover of California landscape. They were 34-year-old and both immigrated from Scotland and came to the United States as children. That afternoon they became spiritually bonded over their love for America's most magnificent mountain range that day. Through 40 years of friendship, William Keith and John Muir rejoiced to the spectacular landscape of the California Sierra Nevada mountain range. Muir, known for his father of the National Park System and the founder of the Sierra Club, he has chosen the majesticity of Sierra Nevada mountains in words. William Keith chose to paint the Sierras in bold and precise paint. William Keith used canvases as large as 10 feet and showed a large scale. It was a world that few of the American East could have dreamed it even existed. While Muir's words could fire the Eastern imagination, Keith's paintings made the imaginations concrete. Later in life, Muir asked Keith to California Hetchy Valley. Muir said he wanted Keith to paint its cliffs, crystal river, exquisite waterfalls, and flowy park-like floor. Muir's final crusade happened in 1909. It was to save the Hetchy Valley from the beginning of the flood, to serve as a reservoir for San Francisco. Muir held up Keith's painting at the valley during the plea before Congress, asking the valley for pure wildness for all time, for the benefit of the entire nation. This led President Theodore Roosevelt for making the Hetchy Valley a wilderness preserve, and Abraham Lincoln signed the bill. William Keith's style changed forever after meeting John Muir. His very objective style became a more subjective and passionate style. Keith soon became one of California's leading artists. A monk, Fidelis Cornelius Brogg, saw some of Keith's paintings at John Muir's house. This moved the monk so much that he devoted the rest of his life into the study of William Keith's life and work. John Muir called Keith a poetic painter, referring to the realistic quality in Keith's art. I think this name was very appropriate. Part 2. I have learned a lot about California art. I learned how to tell if something is made from a California artist. I used to live in California. I've always been drawn to California art, but didn't know that it was called California art. Indians all over California made baskets that served for different purposes, and they also made them for decorations. The tribes all have different style. The Puma Indians are known for well-made baskets. There are California symbols used by artists to tell the viewer a story. These jump out of the image. They blend with the paintings. These symbols could be a grizzly bear, a California poppy, the state bird, the flag, black gold, golden sunshine, the seal of California, or include gold is a symbol that is used because of the California Gold Rush, are some of the symbols used in California art. The colors gold and blue are used in California art. The use of light in California art because California is also known for the nice weather. Pamphlets were distributed by the railroad to bring people to California. The railroad used the symbols in the advertisement pamphlet and poster to bring people to California to live the California dream. California conclusion. California art has played a major part of the California history and where it is going. It gives the viewer a porthole to the artist's vision. It also serves as evidence in the world. It helps in so many ways of education and is very enjoyable. Personally, really enjoyed this. Not only made me more aware of California art, but it has taught me to take my time looking at them. You need to go deeper into the art piece and yourself. This is Coit Tower. The middle picture was shot by me. It has a variety of paintings in the Coit Tower. This was in the fresco style, and most of them have to do with the agriculture of California. Thank you, and I hope